But tobela. You know, but reflection. So now this is how I do reflections, name. So let's start the week. It's a Sunday. It's either I'm work or I'm home, church and then home. And then Monday, I'm always at work on Monday, preferably being there the whole week, the whole day on Monday, so that I can ensure that the week actually runs smoother when even in my absence here. I'm there, I'm not, they can be able to run. So I check things, check the stock, check everything, just to ensure that they are able to run the shop in my absence here or in my presence. Okay, so now Tuesdays I dedicate them specifically for being at home, and Tuesdays are more like cleaning, not just being at home, but it's cleaning the house. And me, how I grew up, well, let's say thanks to the mother, because I've actually been the girl who used to just clean this house. The house that I did not want to clean, which is my home. I carry, teenage life, and then now you are this girl who's in their teenage stage, and you just have to clean this house that takes like two hours. And the deep cleaning, I don't think was there ever. I'm now finding ways to do shortcuts in my own house, because at home there was no shortcut that you can make. Like, you clean this house like this every day. Even like now, it's only now that my mom will be like, oh my God, today I'm not doing this. Today it's skipping day. I'm not cleaning. I'll clean it tomorrow. I'll clean this room and that room tomorrow. And then I'm not going to clean this one. I'm like, we could have done that. Would be perfectly well. But now, in my age, when I was home, I would clean the whole house. The bathroom, because we bath every day. But one thing for sure, I love cleaning bathroom, because I cleaned the bathroom every day. I don't think it's actually love, but it's just the thing. I've always cleaned the bathroom every day. So then it became something that I can do effortlessly. Bathroom, I clean it, and I ain't anyways. So this is when I do a lot of reflections. So at home, I used to play music, and then I would clean. When I clean, that's when I used to think. That's when I used to plan my life. That's the time when I used to bond. And I realized this is actually the same now. So Tuesdays are my bonding days with myself while I'm cleaning. I don't even know how that happens, because I'm working. But I'm bonding with myself. I'm doing so much of self-reflection in that time. Doing a lot of dancing, a lot of singing, a lot of screaming, because I'm listening to music and all. So now, this is the reflection that I had this week. This is the funniest thing that came into my mind. So guys, there's this song. Today we are not using a book, guys. I'm not sure if I can think of a book that relates to what I'm saying. There's this song. Erengi Shandi Mama. Here Barbiech Milava, and then Barbiech Milava Banana Ricaste Foof, Jallery Fufile Fetugile Chop. This is a song that, let me tell you, everyone is posting, everyone is singing, everyone is a chopper at this moment in South Africa. Moment in time, we are all choppers. You can't tell me anything. Everyone is a chopper. Because direct translation, it says they've put traps for us not to succeed. However, here we are. God made it possible for us to go through those traps, and we are even above and beyond those traps, meaning like we are flying high in those choppers. Sorry, the chopper. Everyone is a chopper. But now I'm thinking, so now who put the traps? Because everyone now is a chopper. Who put the traps? Who put the traps? Because everyone thinks they are a chopper, or everyone is a chopper at this moment in time. Mara, who put the traps? So this actually then took me back to another reflect. I'm always thinking, guys, I'm spending a lot of time alone because I'm mostly at home, or rather, I spend a lot of time home. And in spending a lot of time home, I don't have a baby. I stay with my partners. It's just the two of us. If one is at work, I'm here. What am I doing? So now, this was just a beautiful time for me to say, do we as human beings ever realize when we do things that are not good to other people? Do we ever say, or are we always the victims? Are we always the victims? Are we the people who are always... Actually, I've never heard someone saying, Nana Marasham, I've had people, and like I've heard a lot of people, and I regret it, and I wish I could go back and ask for an apology and just make things right. We are always on the side of being the one that was hurt by Tontoni and Mang Mang. We are never the one hurting people. So who's hurting those other people? Are we not hurting them? Like, it just fascinates me to think we never put ourselves as like, we are always running away from the spaces of being the victim. We are always running away from spaces of thinking we are wrong. We are always running away from spaces of thinking we might be doing something to hurt others. Like, can't we... okay, I wanted to say, are we not able to sit and say, guys, you are wrong, Chigo. Chigo, you are wrong for doing that. So normally when I do this is when I'm, maybe let's say I'm with my partner, and then he tells me, you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then at that moment in time, I'm like, what are you saying, dude? What are you saying? But then for me, because I'm more of a reflector, one time I'll be like, I remember this other time, one of the ladies at work said, I don't forgive. I'm definitely not a forgiver, ne? And I'm like, hell no, me. So what I do, ne, if you hurt me, or if something happens to me and I don't like it, I just get disappointed. Firstly, very disappointed. I get very disappointed, and in my disappointment, I then look into a situation as, if you did it now, you can do it tomorrow. To avoid being disappointed, then I can't give you the opportunity to then do it again. Then there's this thing in my mind, I don't know whose quote is this, it says, if someone shows you their true colors first time, believe them. Then I'm done. I'm done. But then, before, I never thought this is the person that I am. I never thought of it like that. Then I realized, man, and then I looked at myself. I'm like, it's not like I don't forgive, because there can be a hello and a bye in us passing each other, but they can never be a how are you. Ne? You can never ask me, how are you? How are you? How are you? What do you mean, how am I? After you've done that, you can't ask that. It's hi, hi, and then a bye-bye. So now, that was basically because whenever something happens, I'm like, oh my God, you're going to do it again and again. So I block. I make sure I just close the doors and then I keep you outside. And then life goes on. We can then coexist. That's how I operate. That's how I believe people can live, coexisting. Because how will I then? You need to prove it to me that I can still trust you, right? And then I can open up and then give you the opportunity to then get inside again. It's not like, yeah, but so now, Patong, I'm still asking the question now. Do we ever think we are victims in all the situations? Do you ever sit and say, Mara, what have I done? Do we ever sit and say, but what is it that I'm doing? And do we ever get to say, but shame? More I've heard people. And this is why they are responding in a certain way. Or vele di chopa ka mogare. Rekwa. And then who is putting all those traps for us? Because we always think good people are putting traps for us. Who is doing that? So it's been in my mind, and I'd actually like to read about it. That's why I've never read about such a thing. I'm not sure I'll squeeze a book, but I need to actually find a book that speaks about this, because even the books that I've read about personality so far, none of them actually speaks to this. Why is everyone thinking the other person are after them, the other person doesn't like them? Why can't you be that other person? Why have you never thought, nah, I'm the other person? Why do we think like that? Hey, chalo re fufile re fetogile di-chopper. Remoka mokata kra di-accident such aviation because we are choppers. But wow, please let me know if you have an idea of what this is and why do we think like this and why do we want to be perceived as not victims. We don't want to be victims. Why do we have that mindset? Guys, it can't be for a background. It can't be because even the book here opera doesn't outline this. Like, we can't just all want to be. Here's the book. This one it doesn't outline. Like, I would love to read about why do we all of us could more 1%, 99? No. All of us think that person did me wrong. That person is trying to. You are never the person when you are never that person. In someone like okay, sharp, maybe in your people's lives, in that other one's life, the one that you think or they're doing those things to you, maybe in their life you are not that person, but in other people's lives, when I was still of it, anyways, let me know what you think, and if you have any book that you can share that is actually relatable to this, please do. I would love to engage and see why do we think like this. This is the of all the okay, we just started. Let me not go. Bye.